Good morning. Coffee? With avec moi? Oui.
Je pense que oui.
Scooby?
Oui.
Oui?
I said je pense que oui.
Skogie?
No.
Huh.
It means I think yes. Je pense
Je pense
que
que
oui.
oui.
I think yes.
Where did Scooby-Doo come from?
I don't know. You thought I said Scooby-Doo, but I did not.
She said Scooby, didn't she, folks? Hi, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to Coffee with Todd. Hi, Chad. How's it going, man? Man, I haven't heard your voice in a long time. Chad was the voice of the radio station when I worked there. All right, let's get some coffee. I have not had a sip yet. Once upon a time, oh my God, it's spilling. Ow! It's hot. Yeah, I'm good. When did this thing start spilling?
Is it not on enough?
I don't know.
Just go easy.
I need coffee. Don't spill on me. All right, maybe you should take that away from me. Good morning, Annie. Once upon a time, a long time ago, there was a folk singer who used to go out on the road. But then a pandemic hit, and boy, things changed. Now he does a show from his living room. Ain't that strange? Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee with Todd. We've got a super fun show for you today. I've got a guest getting up early from Seattle. His name is Tom Butler. He's a singer-songwriter, great performer, great dude. I can't wait to catch up with him. We're going to catch up with him in just a little bit. I've got some news of who my guest for next week is going to be, and even some cool little stocking stuffers that I have for you. And of course, coffee and music. So get your coffee, I'll get the music, and Coffee with Todd will start in just a couple minutes. Well, actually, it's not even that long. It's like 35 seconds. Anyway, here it goes. All right. Good morning, everybody. It's so nice to see you. Does everybody have their coffee? I do. If you're just tuning in, I spilled hot coffee on my lap, so that's how this morning started off. Saturday, I made coffee, and I forgot to put the pot underneath the thing. So, and it's a pause and serve. So at first it didn't start dripping until the filter and the cone and everything started to overflow. And then coffee just went everywhere. And then I went and took a shower. And I put conditioner in my hair first. And then I put the shampoo in and didn't realize what I'd done. until the shampoo was in my hair. So, yeah, it's been, today's a much better day. I just spilled coffee on myself. Hey, Juanita. Monique, good morning. Bubba, Trisha, Colleen, Jeff and Linda. Wow. I can't imagine the mess with the coffee. Yeah, it was really bad. And I was on the phone. I got a call from somebody, so I was talking with them, and then I noticed that the coffee was I was spilling everywhere. And that coffee pot, you have to put the cover on, and it was rough times. Hey, I've got a guest this morning. I'm going to bring him on in just a few minutes. His name is Tom Butler. I'm very excited to catch up with Tom. I ran into him in Boston a couple years ago. And he's a great singer-songwriter. He's got an amazing voice, writes some catchy little tunes. So he's coming up in just a few minutes. Next Sunday, I have Miss Rebecca Loby. Rebecca Loby, if you watched The Voice, she was on season 1 of This Is The Voice. Yeah, I'm excited about that. But Tom Butler will be... He'll be first. Hey, Robbie. Oh, I love Jason Isbell. I can't play any of his songs off the top of my head, but maybe next week we will do that. He's got a really high voice, too. Whew. Well, I hope you got your coffee or your tea or your hot chocolate or your whiskey, whatever you drink in the morning. We don't judge here on Coffee with Todd, though coffee is the official drink of the show. I think I just might fall in love. Think I just might fall apart. Think I might just drive all night around here in my car. Think I just might. I think I just might think of thoughts. Think I just might remember what I forgot. I think I just might think about you and hope you think about me too. And think about things that pertain to you and how I think mostly about you when I'm driving in my car. I think about telling you underneath the stars. I think about you almost every night. I think about all that's wrong or right. Think about myself alone with you, thinking exactly what I do. Think about us when I think about you, and I'm hoping you feel like I do when I think I might fall in love. I think I might fall apart. Think I might just drive all night around here in my car. Think I just might. Ooh, I said, ooh, 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 ooh. I think I'll think of you again, like it's something I never thought of, and then remember that I'm always thinking of you. And well, mostly everything you do, I then I'll try to think some more. Wonder what life has in store if I act upon these thoughts that I think about. What will I forget and what will I doubt? And hope that I will think of them again, instead of just trying to pretend that I think a little bit too much. But then again, it's just my goddamn luck that I'll think of you again. And I'll try not to pretend that I didn't think of you all that much. And I've hardly ever thought that I don't think I might fall in love. Think I might fall apart. I think I might just drive all night around here in my car. I think I just might. Thank you. That's from my 2015 album, It Can't All Be Wrong. Everything can't be wrong. Thank you, Juan Edith. Hi, Cheryl. Good morning. Oh, man. So nice to see all of you. I want to bring my guest on because I've got a lot to talk about with him, and he's got some great songs that I want to share with you. But first, before we do that, remember, you can always get yourself one of these cool handy dandy little Coffee with Todd coffee mugs. It is up there somewhere in the description, or if you're on YouTube, right down there in the description. Well, thank you so much. Yeah, I've that's a tongue twister, that song, but I'm very proud of that. I literally wrote that song in my car driving around. I voice memo on the iPhone. I think this, and I think that. It came out all right. Just real quick, because I don't want to go too long, but we have a sweet sampler. If you'd like a cool stocking stuffer, especially for somebody that doesn't live in Vermont, because it comes with a CD with a couple songs on it, but also comes with pure Vermont maple syrup, and it's very, very good. It's made by Jed's Maple in Derby, Vermont. Also, Danielle takes all the guitar strings that come off of my guitar, and she makes these cool little guitar string bracelets that you can. You're not wearing one, are you? Maybe after we talk to Tom, she'll stick her hand in the frame and show you what one of those bracelets looks like. But great stocking stuffers, limited supply. We don't have a ton of them, so if you'd like to buy one, that would be cool. And of course, always tips are appreciated, not required. There is my PayPal and my Venmo. Helps keep the lights on. Oh, here, she's gonna stick her arm in real quick. These are what the bracelets look like. In this way. Touch my hand. Ooh. My hand model this morning. La la la, la la la. Yes. Beautiful stuff. Verse, chorus, fake the rest. Yeah, John, oh man, I do that I've been doing that my whole career. Yeah. The best ideas do come in unexpected places, for sure. For sure. All right. Well, I'm so glad to see all of you. I hope you have your coffee. I want to introduce you to my friend Tom Butler. He got up a little early because Seattle, I think, is 3 hours behind us. Yeah. But, earrings. Oh, yeah. Yeah. She hasn't made that yet. Maybe we will. All right. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to Tom Butler. He's got a brand new single out called The Storm. It's out wherever music is digitally streamed, and you can check it out right after the show. But if you want to hear him sing it live, I'm pretty sure we can convince him to do it live. So let's get him on the feed. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Yeah, good, Todd. How are you doing?
It's great. It's so nice to see you. It's been at least a couple of years, I think.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's been a couple of years since we met up in New England.
Yeah, we met.
I believe it was Boston, right?
It was Boston. Yeah, it was at Boston University. We were both there for an extended weekend with Livingston Taylor.
That's right.
That was a fun time.
It was a great time. Yeah.
And a few of the people that were there with us watched this show. So I know Scott Jackson watches the show almost
Scott.
every week. So yeah, you got to say hi to Scott. I've got to have him on the show one of these days too.
Brilliant.
I will.
It'd be great. No, it's good to. Thanks so much for having me, Todd. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm excited. So you're out in Seattle.
I'm out in Seattle. Yes, sir.
How is Seattle with all this COVID?
Well, you know what? I mean, we're still a little bit locked down. But it's overall good. Luckily, I've got some good room. I've got a good little pod, you could say. I think that's what people call them now. But yeah, luckily it's not too crazy. But I've got a good pod of people that we have been together since the beginning of lockdown, and so we're able to hang out and not go too crazy.
That's great.
But yeah, other than that, it's pretty good. We're pretty happy out here in Seattle, and summertime was nice because you could get outside and really take advantage of it. Now, as we head back into winter, it's a little bit, there's a little bit less to do. So,
sure.
But yeah, it's good though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in Vermont, so I assume the weather's similar-ish. We don't have the ocean effect, or you have an ocean, right?
We do, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, the Pacific.
How did I do in geography?
You're doing great. Turns out, yeah. No, we get the. It actually keeps us warmer during the winter and a little bit cooler during the summers, but we don't really get that much. I mean, we got a big snow. Sometimes we have years where it's like it snows a ton,
Really?
but it is super rare. But I feel like in Vermont, right? Doesn't it snow a lot?
Oh yeah, we've already had. We don't have any snow that's really stuck around yet, but we've already had a snowstorm, a couple snowstorms. We had one week, I should say, where it was spitting snow and it was miserable and there was ice, and then that weekend was 70 degrees.
Holy goodness!
So that
is nuts.
Yeah, it's different for us, but. But coming up in a couple of weeks, we're going to be buried under a blanket of snow through April. So.
Oh, crazy!
Yeah.
That long, huh?
Sometimes it breaks earlier, but it's.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And so you guys must have like snow plows and everything to deal with that, though.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. See, here
Yeah.
we just don't. So we had a huge winter. I believe it was the winter of like January, February, and March of 2019.
Yeah.
Maybe it was it was 2019. Yeah, that were just we got plastered with snow, and so like the whole city shut down
Really?
for like a week. Oh yeah.
Oh man.
We have no. So they have to bring in trucks from like Idaho to save us. It's kind of nuts. Yeah. So.
Wow.
Yeah,
I mean,
not common.
Yeah, we're so used to it up here. We have to be.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I went to Nashville. I was it was probably in January, and I was hanging out with some friends that lived down there but were originally from Portland, Maine, and they got this dusting of snow and it shut the whole city down. And we're driving around in his little Saturn, I don't even know. It was a little Saturn car with, all seasons on it. And people are looking at us like we're nuts. And we're like, we're not the ones that are nuts. Like, we can drive in 3 feet of snow if we have to. Like,
That's
what's
crazy.
wrong with you guys?
Yeah, it's just really about where you're used to. Yeah, I lived I kind of spent my high school years in Salt Lake City, Utah. And the same is that, the amount of snow that we were getting here in Seattle, it seemed inconsequential.
Yeah.
at first, but then I mean, over time, as it we got like I think it was like 6 or like 8 inches in a day, and that's quite a lot when you have there's no snow tires or you live on a hill or whatever, right? So then it
Oh,
becomes
sure.
a little bit more precarious, but yeah, I imagine in Nashville where it's quite flat, it's not hilly, right? It's not very hilly, I don't think.
No, no,
Some slope, it's like rolling, but it's not
right.
it's not like, large hills where you're gonna like slide all the way back down if you don't have the right tire. No, that would be fine.
No, there's none of that there. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. But yeah, Seattle, what you guys, the stereotype is that it rains there all the time. Is
It
that
does.
true?
It rains. It doesn't. I don't think we get the most rainfall in the United States, but we do get a significant. We it just rains consistently a lot.
Huh.
Like I remember one month where it rained every day, just a little bit, but it was always cloudy, and it just rained. It doesn't have to rain that much, but it is consistently raining. It is consistently gray and cloudy for a lot of the winter.
That's why you guys have such great coffee out
That's
there.
right. That's right.
That's what this show is all about, coffee.
There we go.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah.
I wanted to ask you because I know you're in Seattle and now, but I also know you spent a lot of time overseas in London. When
Yes, sir.
I remember talking to you about that in Boston. Did but are you from Seattle origin? Is this your hometown?
Yes, sir. Yeah. So I was
Okay.
born and raised in Capitol Hill in Seattle, and
Okay.
which is kind of like this. Now it's like the center, vibrant, artsy area.
Sure.
Um, or one of them. There's a few. There's also Fremont and Ballard. Uh, but yeah. So I grew up here. I was here basically in the Seattle area for 14 years before moving away. And then I spent 4 years in my 20s in England, from 23 to 27 before moving back here to Seattle. But yeah, it was amazing.
What a
England is
great opportunity that
Oh, it
was.
was so much fun. I had
How
so
did
much fun.
that come about? Was it just something that you were like, I'm just gonna go, or did?
Oh no, so I got very lucky. My company asked me to move out there, so I was working in tech. I think I was working technical support, and but I had been with the company for a long, long time, and they had a need for someone in England. And I
Someone that
got
spoke
again
English, right?
spoke
Obviously.
English, and also I also speak Spanish. Exactly. Someone that yeah.
Can you
We had
really?
to yeah yeah yeah.
Wow.
And so I checked those language boxes, and then I applied for it and got it, and it honestly changed my life. So then that's where I met my first producers that really my first I'd say big professional producers that um, really changed my world. And it's so funny how music works, right? I had a producer in Salt Lake City who introduced me to a songwriter in London, and he said, you two need to write a song, like write together. We
Wow.
got together, we wrote this great song, and then I performed it with her around London.
Yeah.
And then out of that, I got asked to do a breakfast gig at some random hotel. And at
Yeah.
this breakfast gig, one of the other performers was this great producer
Wow.
named Ben. Yeah, and um, Ben, he uh, loved one of my songs called Boats. He really saw a vision for it, and he said, you know what, we need to make this. We need to record. You need to record this. You need to put this out. And he,
Yeah.
pushed me for it, and I was like, yeah, you're right. And he did a great job on the record. Um, and so, yeah, uh, then that turned into a bunch of other things, and then I entered Boats into this competition, and I won a songwriting award with Boats, and then got a band together, and all of this kind of happened in really quick succession, and it was just great. And we played in Canada and on tour and stuff, and so I mean it was fun. We had a really good time over there. So I still
That's
got a
cool.
lot of connections over there, and miss it very much.
See, well, you could always go back, I'm assuming, and
Yeah, I mean when it's not COVID, right? I mean
yeah,
that's the
yeah.
that's the only massive bummer right now. Um, but yeah, no, I definitely plan on going back. Definitely plan on doing some more recording over there. But
That's cool.
um, yeah, no, it's a good time.
It's a great thing to add to the story. I mean, you got uh, London is obviously a huge musical town,
It really
and
is.
and Seattle ain't too shabby either.
It's
There's been a
not
couple people that have come out of Seattle that
a
are
few.
a little
Yeah.
bit famous.
A few famous bands, right?
Couple.
Yeah, and they, I mean, the city is a little bit different now, but it's still great for music, still a good spot, still got great studios, and so yeah, again, and during COVID, it's just a little bit less so. There's less live music, there's less little vibrancy everywhere. I'm sure it's not just Seattle, right? And so,
Sure.
um, but yeah, I mean, it's a great town. I love Seattle.
Yeah. I bet I've never been, but one of these days. I mean, me, I don't know. Do you consider yourself? I consider myself a folk musician and a singer songwriter. I don't know if that's what you consider yourself as well.
Yeah, I would say I'm a singer-songwriter. I love to write in a whole bunch of genres,
Yeah.
and I think that a lot of my stuff is, probably consistently acoustic.
Mhm.
But I don't know if it's all really folk. But yeah,
Right.
definitely folk or pop, but
Sure.
it's definitely folky
Yeah.
for the most part, for sure.
I have to I owe a lot to Seattle because when I played in alternative rock bands in high school, but I always loved acoustic music, and I would always pull out my parents' Bob Dylan records or Simon and Garfunkel or Billy Joel or whatever. And my friends kind of, I don't know if they kind of picked on me a little bit, and then Kurt Cobain put on an acoustic guitar and sang a song by Leadbelly, and I was like, aha, I told you. But that's really what kind of validated for me, like, oh, I don't need to play an electric guitar and break it on stage. That was probably one of
Yeah.
the best Nirvana performances that there ever was.
Yeah, you can definitely still play great music with acoustic guitars, for sure.
I don't know who said the quote, but like if the song works with just you and an acoustic guitar, then it's a great song.
I've heard that as the campfire test. Marcus Mumford from Mumford and Sons, he said,
Sure.
we do something called the campfire test where you can play the songs. If you can play it around a campfire and it works around there, right? So that's kind of the same idea, right? If you can play it acoustically and it still works, then I think that's a great bar, for at least, saying at least meets this. But if it doesn't work, if you need so much other stuff for it, or you can't really make it sound like that without, maybe it's not going to work.
Yeah. Yeah, and then if it's a great song that stands alone just with an acoustic guitar, we
Right.
put a band behind it and it's just going to pop. Speaking of songs, you have a new single out.
Yes, sir.
You had another one come out a few months back.
Yeah. Yeah, that one was more of a just had to get it out and just do something. There was a lot less publicity on it, but yeah.
Well, it's really funny, and so I've got an ongoing list of people that I want to bring on Coffee with Todd, right? So I've been making the list, and I released a song in October, and it was a cover of a Sesame Street song from my childhood.
Nice.
And it got on a bunch of Spotify playlists. And on my way home, on my commute home one day, I just randomly picked one of those playlists. I knew that it added me, and I just started listening to it. And this guy named Tom Butler came up on the playlist.
No way.
And it
What?
was, yes, swear to God. And when I got home, I said, well, let me make sure this is the same Tom Butler that I know. And it was. So I can't remember what list it was, but you and I were on at least one Spotify playlist.
Oh, that is so funny. That's amazing.
Yeah, so I wrote, I got to get Tom on the show. And then I saw that just a couple weeks ago, you released another single. And I was like, okay,
Yeah.
this is the time to do it. But
Yeah,
yeah.
no, it's been good.
I got to listen to you on my commute home.
Oh, brilliant.
And
thank
I
you.
believe your song was ahead of mine in the playlist, so I'm a little jealous.
No, don't be.
No, I just
It is not a comparison, right? It's honestly, I don't really control these curators, I don't even know who they are. Luckily, I have a lady in California now who has been awesome for me, that's helped me get onto some playlists, right?
That's great.
But honestly, I really try to, if I can write songs that are good enough for people to tell each other about, that's what I, hope to do.
Yeah.
In addition to obviously marketing. I mean, marketing is important, but I'd love to have songs that people just can't wait to share with with their friends. Now, admittedly, this one's kind of sad, but but when someone is sad or going through something, it's definitely something they can go to.
Well, it's sad, but it's sweet too.
Yeah.
I tend to agree with Tom Waits. Like what he is, I'd rather have a beautiful melody telling me terrible things or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. That's a good quote.
The song of yours that sticks out in my head goes back to a couple years ago when we were at Boston University and all of us would hang out in the I don't know, I guess it was one of the classrooms. I never went to college, so I don't know like campus lingo. But we would just kind of pass around and do songs. And I hope I say this right, but is it Malaya?
Yeah, Malaya. That's exactly how you say it. Yes, sir.
It's stuck in my head. It's a catchy little ditty.
Yeah, it's good.
So we'll
It's a
have
good
you
time.
maybe sing that this morning for us?
Yes, sir. I would love to sing that for you this morning.
That'd be great. And of course we have to promote your new single as well. So.
Sure. Yeah. No, I can play you. I was thinking about playing you. At least Malaya. And then
Cool.
if you'd like 3 songs, I can play you Malaya, Highway, and then the new song, which is called The Storm.
Let's have you sing then. What
Cool.
I don't want to pick your entire set list for you, but which song would you like to do first, Tom?
No, I'll start with Highway.
Okay.
Highway, and
Cool.
then but yeah. So this is Highway. This is a song I wrote a few years ago, but I wrote this while I was in England, and so.
Awesome.
Okay. Volkswagen bus rolling down the road. Rock and roll dream never growing old. I never wanna stagnate. I've gotta find my own way home. You're never gonna know if you never go. So go. I'll be on the highway, just slowly making my way. We're always on the run. Yeah, I'll be on the highway, just slowly making my way. Yeah, we're always on the run. We're always on the run. Working 9 to 5 and it kills my soul. I don't wanna die with nothing to show. I never wanna stagnate. I gotta find my own way home. You're never gonna know if you never go. I'll be on the highway, slowly making my way. We're always on the run. I'll be on the highway, and slowly making my way. Yeah, we're always on the run. And I don't believe you let me blindly in the dark. Oh no, I don't trust you. I'm letting go to defend my heart. And I'll be on the highway, slowly making my way. We're always on the run. I'll be on the highway, slowly making my way. We're always on the run. And I'll be on the highway, slowly making Hey, let's go. Thank you so much. Thank you.
That's the one. I remember that one. That is a catchy one, man.
Oh, thanks,
That's a
man.
great. Everybody has to have a good road song, a good highway.
It's a good one, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I wrote that with two buddies in an attic in South London.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you were singing about the wrong side of the highway then.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
I know how.
That's what many people would say, yeah. No, but no,
You know,
it's,
I went to Paris, and they drive on the right-hand side of the road there, and I was a little upset because I wanted to experience.
Europe. Yeah, Europe all drives on the right side.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, what's the next one?
So the next one's gonna be Malaya. This is the bigger catchy one, but yeah, man. No, thank you so much for having me on here, man. And how's the sound doing? I know that I looked like I was clipping, but how did it sound on your side? Is it all right?
It's good. Yeah, there was like one little minor clip, but I think you caught it because
I know. Yeah, I've been trying to. So I just turned down my mic a little bit. So if it sounds if it's too soft, I think it should be all right. All right.
Computer issues, man.
There you go.
You know, it used to be the sound guy, and now it's the
Now it's the Zoom guy.
It's the Zoom guy.
There you go. All right. So this song is called Malaya. When she smiles, my heart beats from my chest. It takes right off into the evening air. Oh, 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 oh. I caught her eye dancing by the seaside. Talk for hours, kiss on the cheek, good night. Oh, 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 oh. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh, 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 oh. I think I'm coming for, I think I'm coming for. Oh, 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 oh. I think I'm coming for. Coming for. She drives me wild and crazy at the same time, but I can't wait to see her again tonight. Oh, 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 oh. And my friends tell me I don't stand a chance. I'll prove them wrong with every single laugh. Oh, 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 oh. Every boy wants to meet her. I call her my own. Now everybody at home, y'all can sing with me this morning. Come on. 1, 2, 3, and Malaya. I think I'm coming for Malaya, Malaya. I think I'm coming for Malaya, Malaya. I think I'm coming for Malaya, Malaya, Malaya. I think I'm coming for Malaya, Malaya, Malaya. I think I'm coming for Malaya, Malaya. I think I'm coming for. I think I'm coming for.
Yeah, man. That
Cheers.
song's gonna be stuck in my head all day now.
There you go.
It was stuck in my head all weekend in Boston.
Oh man.
It's
No, it's
catchy.
a no. Thank you so much. No, I'm proud of that one. That's good.
Absolutely.
All right, let's make sure that this is.
Yeah, while you tuned for your last song, I gotta pay you a compliment. So if people that are watching at home right now, if you see Tom in concert, it's very much just like this, and that's really hard to do online. But
Oh,
you're
thanks, man.
the way you like you do like little like eye rolls or facial expressions or like a smile at the audience, like
Oh,
you do
thanks.
that in person too, but it translates just as well digitally as it does in
Oh,
person.
great.
That's
Oh,
very
I'm so
hard.
glad.
Yeah, man.
Oh, thank you so much, man. No, I have fun. I've kind of, you kind of have to learn to. Got the mic. I've got or the camera that you've got to look at now, right? I want to
Yeah,
look at you, and so I sometimes kind of switch between, right?
yeah,
But
yeah,
the
yeah.
real that because when they'll be making eye contact, you got just little things. But yeah, man, I have I can have just as much fun. Um, Actually, no, that's not true. I mean, it is totally different. I'd say just as
Yeah.
much fun playing for no one here, but that's not true. I miss playing for people. I think that that's really where the magic comes in. But this is how we can kind of keep that going,
Yeah,
while we
I agree.
keep each other safe. So
Yeah,
you
man,
know,
I agree. I Nothing replaces performing for a live audience or being in a live audience.
right, for sure.
Um, so when live music is safe and viable again, hopefully it's in abundance and people just flock to it in droves.
That's true. You know,
Yeah.
fingers crossed.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
So,
Well, let me throw it back to you. And is this the this
so
is the
yeah,
new song?
this is the new single. Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah, so this song's called "The Storm," um, and so this was written. So I actually wrote this. I wrote the beginning. I wrote the chorus and the bridge back in 2011. It was
Wow.
about I went through an engagement. She called it off a few weeks before the wedding, which
Mm.
was a bummer.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
And it was pretty hard to go through. I was pretty young, and so this song talks about that whole thing. But there was this moment where and she's amazing, and she's gone on, and she's luckily, I mean, she's married now. She's some beautiful kids, and I think they're doing just fine. Um, and so, but there was this moment before we went in to tell her parents um, about not getting married, where we were. It was after church on a Sunday, so we were kind of dressed up. She was in this beautiful dress, and I was in kind of a suit. And there's this blanket in her backyard. We laid it down, and we were just kind of laying there, holding each other, just kind of crying about, just this kind of end to this whole thing, which was super hard. And that's kind of where this song takes place, is in that moment when we're holding each other for the last time. So it's and now I know this is kind of rough for. I hope people are prepared for some sadness in the morning, but it
Oh,
can
sure.
be
Why not?
but it can be but I think that also it's not just down to breakups. It's any sort of things that we go through, but so it can kind of translate to some other stuff. But yeah, so that's where the
Wow.
song comes from. And I was luckily able to finish the lyrics and finish everything and put words to the whole thing 2 years ago when I recorded with a great producer here in Seattle named Nathan Yacino, who was great. And he helped me, pushed me to finish it, and then helped me record it in a great way. And Abby Gunderson does an amazing cello piece on the song as well. Um, and so yeah, I'm very happy with how the recording turned out for sure. So if you like the song, you can listen to it anywhere you go to listen to music. Whether it's Apple or Spotify or Amazon Music, whichever. So you can just look up Tom Butler, The Storm. But yeah, man, I'm excited to share with you. Thanks so much for having me on
Oh
here
man,
to share this with you this morning. It's great.
my pleasure. If 2020 has done anything, it's at least made it somewhat easier to connect with people that you haven't seen for a long time.
I know, right? Yeah, well, because usually we all be out a lot busier, right?
Yeah.
So it's harder as working musicians, it can be difficult just to get together with everyone. So this, I mean, if anything, it's given us a chance to reconnect
Yeah.
and then also be able to have a little bit more time maybe to get headspace or write more music or something. But
Yeah.
but yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's great. No, so thank you so much for having me, Todd. I really
Oh,
appreciate
my
it.
pleasure, man.
All right.
All right, hit it up.
All right,
We're
so
ready.
this song is
We
called
were
The
listening
Storm.
this morning on Spotify, so I'm ready to hear it
Really?
live now.
Brilliant, brilliant. All right, cool. So here, I'm going to turn this up a little bit here.
All right.
Maybe I'll just leave. So how does that sound all right?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Cuddled in the grass with you, mountain rain falls, soaking. Nose to nose, the tears they float, final time I hold you close. You handed me the diamond ring, kissed my lips so softly. I'm sorry that will never be were the last words that you spoke. We lay awake and I hold you in my arms. We lay awake until the storm is gone. Until the storm is gone. My mother wept, my father cried when my family lost you. We mourned the memories we could have made. We mourn the children already named. I lost my best friend, I lost my way to wander vacant on my own. We lay awake and I hold you in my arms. We lay awake until the storm is gone. Until the storm is gone. The days are not long enough. The days are not long enough. The days are not long enough to love you like I wanted to. The days are not long enough. The days are not long enough. No, the days are not long enough to love you like I wanted to love you like I promised to. and I hold you in my arms. We lay awake until the storm is gone.
Yeah, man.
Thanks
Beautiful.
so much.
It's beautiful. I love the. This is the guitar dork in me, but I love the little run that you do there.
Oh, the
Yeah, yeah. No, like the almost like the bass run that you do. Yeah.
yeah.
I
No,
love that.
I don't know.
I love it.
You know what's really weird is that I remember. I remember learning. So there was this Netflix thing on in 2011 called, or 2012. No, it must have been. Yeah, it must have been 11 because I was watching it then too. Huh. Anyway, so there was this thing on then that it was Gary Clark Jr. He was performing at Eric Clapton's like festival, right?
All right. Yeah.
And for some reason I was learning this totally other thing, but that's when I played that.
Huh.
So I was recording a bunch of other stuff, and then Gary Clark Jr. is a blues artist, right?
Sure.
And
yeah.
so I'm not really sure what led me into it, but I think I was trying to do some I don't know what I was trying to do, and then I stumbled across that, and it very much like just kind of wrote itself. But those are what came to me then, and I honestly don't know. But I just remember Gary Clark Jr. was there, and I don't know why. I mean, it obviously doesn't sound like the blues, but it's I was watching great musicians when I was writing that and inspired by them.
That's
I was just
great,
trying to
man.
emulate some pieces of it, and I don't know how that came about,
Yeah.
but it did.
And it's the storm. Look, and there he is. He's on
Hey,
Spotify.
there we go.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yep, and that video is up now, so you can go and check that out.
I haven't seen the video yet. I didn't know until I pulled it up on Spotify to show
Yeah, it's
it.
a little bit exciting, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh,
So-
and that's your cellist, I'm guessing.
Yep. Uh-huh.
Well, if you
Yep.
can see
We got the
that.
cellist there. Yeah. I don't know. We can't really see it, but yep. Go check out the video. The Storm. It's on YouTube, and yeah, I think that it's. I'm happy with how the things turned out, but I'm more excited for, music going forward. I think that what's interesting, Todd, is that since so in 2018 when we met, music was really going well, and then I got into another relationship and kind of took that seriously, and then by seriously I mean I kind of became unbalanced, really is what happened, and I stopped kind of playing music, stopped focusing on kind of keeping this kind of balance in my head, and not in a bad way, but I feel like they weren't bad priorities. It was just more of like I didn't have any prioritization for writing music or playing it, and so I kind of took 2019 was kind of like a pretty solid break from that, which was unfortunate, and so I'm happy that I have the opportunity now to release those songs that should have been released a while ago, but and then also have the opportunity to write some new ones. So hopefully it'll just be a progression of new music. Yeah, so I've got some other singles coming out. I'm just releasing a lot of the songs that I've had already, and then I'm gonna be I've got plenty in the pipeline for new music coming out soon. So yeah,
I'm gonna do them as singles and.
Yeah, I think that's really how people are consuming them now, and then hopefully at some point I'll put them all onto a vinyl. And
There
then
you
you can get them all on vinyls, but it's just as more of a novelty. But
I was talking about that with my guest a couple weeks ago. Was Gregory Douglas, who's saying the same thing. Like we're just putting singles out, but like it's hard because we're both such album oriented people.
I know, yeah.
But I think the album that I'm recording right now, I'm waiting to put it out as a whole album, but I'll probably release songs, but it'll probably be the last actual album I'll make for a little while, and then just start doing single. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, look, you can put out a couple of singles and then just release the whole album, right? Just like they usually do, for other albums that drop, right? Yeah. The one nice thing about the album is that people can go and consume all of those new songs all at the same time, which is nice, and especially if they're connected in a certain way that they can, that makes it all more of a kind of a piece of art in itself.
Right.
And there's parts of me that wish that I was able to do that, but also, just adjusting to what, how people are consuming it. And I kind of have to be, we have to be kind of aware of that, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
That people aren't like, oh, let's sit down and let's. I mean, so it really depends. It really depends. There is a huge group of people that will sit down and consume a whole album.
Sure. Absolutely.
And I mean, I'm one of those people. But
Me too.
you find I also find individual songs from other people that I just love, and I'll play those on repeat all the time, and that will lead me to their other music. So
Yeah.
it's kind of
It's a whole new world, man.
it's a whole new world. That's right.
And there'll always be coffee. That's my saying.
That's right. There'll always be coffee.
Well, man, thank you so much it's so nice to see you and catch up with you. And
Absolutely, you too, Todd. Thank you so much for having me.
Certainly, man. Maybe the next time you put a single out, we'll do it again.
Sure, I'd love to come back on. This would be great.
I forgot to ask you, but did you have a good Thanksgiving? That was
Yeah, I did. We actually, so this Thanksgiving we had a little with the pod we had a Friendsgiving before everyone went home, and then we had an actual Thanksgiving. But my roommate and I, we've made now 3 turkeys. I feel like I actually now know how to make a turkey, and none of them have been dry. And I feel very proud about, having great tasting birds that were not dry. And I became the stuffing connoisseur about that.
Okay.
But we, cooked them upside down in the bag, floured the bag. I don't know. This is a total digression.
Yeah,
Thanksgiving was good. How was yours?
It was good. It was just my girlfriend Danielle and I, and it was the first real Thanksgiving that we always just go somewhere and eat the food that everybody else makes, but we made it all ourselves, and we were stuffed, so we did it right.
All right, there you go.
And we've got leftovers for
There
days.
you go.
So
it's a win all around.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Cool, man. Well, thank you again so much. It was
no worries. Thank you.
It was very cool to catch up with you and introduce you to my peeps, the Coffee with Todd people, and I hope you have a good Christmas too, and New Year's, and let me know when your next single's out, and we'll.
Likewise. No, thank you so much for having me, Todd. Really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, man. It's nice seeing you. Thank you.
All right. Hey, have a wonderful rest of your day.
All right, there he is. Tom Butler, everybody. Yeah, you can check him out on YouTube or Twitter or Facebook. It's Tom Butler Sings. And well, there he is. His new single, The Storm, is out right now. And you just heard it. So great to have Tom on the show. I love introducing guests to everybody. It's so much fun catching up with some friends of mine. Hey, next week, I've got the amazing Rebecca Loby coming on. I'm very excited for that. You might recognize her from season 1 of This Is the Voice. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. How cool is that? Very excited for that. Oh, man. I'm going to sing one more song, and then Danielle and I are going to go make breakfast. You're not making a turkey, right?
Nope.
Pancakes, okay. Because Tom knows how to make turkeys now.
I'll have to have him come over and make turkey.
Yeah, I think we can fly him in from Seattle.
Yeah.
So great to see him. Oh, man. Hopefully we'll see him out on the road again. But yeah, at Tom Butler Sings. Butler. Morning, Mark Segalis. Oh, real quick, if you're looking for a cool gift for not Thanksgiving, for Christmas, a cool stocking stuffer or something like that, we have we have guitar string bracelets that Danielle makes. There's a link in the description. You can see some of them right there. They're very cool. We've got a cool little sampler that includes a CD of a couple songs and some pure Vermont maple syrup. And of course, we've got the coffee mug. Get your official Coffee with Todd coffee mug and be an official member of the Mug Club. We'll get you one, Juanita, for sure. So I've been told that I need to play the harmonica more. Apparently people... There we go. Apparently people are enjoying the harmonica, so... You gotta give the people what they want. Don't forget, I've got a PayPal and a Venmo account. If you'd like to throw a tip in the virtual tip jar, you don't have to, but it helps. Every little bit helps. I got a little Hanky Williams. Why don't you love me like you used to do? How come you treat me like a worn out shoe? Well, my hair's still curly, my eyes are still blue. Why don't you love me like you used to do? I ain't had no loving like a hugging, kissing, and a long, long while. You don't get nearer, further, closer than a country mile. Why don't you spark me like you used to do, and say sweet nothings like you used to do? I'm the same old trouble that you've always been through. Why don't you love me like you used to do? Why don't you be just like you used to be? How come you find so many faults with me? Somebody's changed, let me give you a clue. Why don't you love me like you used to do? I ain't had no loving like a hugging, a kissing, and a long, long while. We don't get nearer, further, closer than country mile. What makes you treat me like a piece of clay? Well, my hair's still curly and my eyes are still blue. Why don't you love me like you used to do? You love me like you used to do. How come you treat me like a worn out shoe? My hair's still curly, my eyes are still blue. Why don't you love me like you used to do? I say, why don't you love me like you used to do? Well, why don't you love me like you used to do? Oh, hard to get the harmonica off over the hat. This hat was my grandfather's, by the way.
Showing me a cool feather.
Yeah, I'm going to show the cool feather. My grandfather, Ferdinand was his name, Ferdinand Martin. And my hair's probably a mess under this, but... Yeah, so, see, there's a cool little feather on it. And inside, I don't know if you can see this or not, Fredericks, Newport, Vermont. Yeah, there is, it is super old school. There is no Fredericks in Newport, Vermont anymore. Not since I've been alive. Oh, wow. We were in Spain this morning. So cool.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, hope you're doing safe out there in Spain, and hope you're doing safe wherever you're watching. Thank you so much for tuning in to yet another edition of Coffee with Todd. So much fun every Sunday morning. Or I guess geographically where you are, it could be a very different time. It could be nighttime. It could be afternoon. Man, it's so much fun. I love it. I can't wait to get back out on the road and hopefully do a show with Tom in person. But for now, every Sunday morning, rest assured, folks, we will gather for coffee in my living room around the fireplace, which we should probably decorate for the holidays. Should we do that? We've got this one little stocking. We started. It's in increments. Oh, man. All right. Well, thank you so much. And thank you to Tom Butler for coming on. I'm so glad I got to introduce you all to my friend Tom Butler. And so cool to know that we've been seen in Spain. It's 3 p.m. in Spain. Well, good top of the afternoon to you. Good morning, Lucy. Yeah, I don't remember where Fredericks was, but my grandfather had a lot of stuff from there, including this cool chapeau. My grandfather used to call them chapeaux because he was from Quebec originally. So he was very French. Ferdinand Martin. Yeah. Thank you. I love my mantle as well. And I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And I can't wait to see you again next week. Thank you to Tom Butler. Next week, Rebecca Loby. We're cooking with oil here on Toffee with Todd. Well, we're cooking with coffee. Cheers, y'all. Have a beautiful day. Be safe, be well, and we shall see you next time. All right, everybody. Thank you.